And there we have it. My warriors are even more powerful than before.
Sounds so scary. I have to do something.
Hi everyone, it's Tarrant.
And Stella here from Meeple University. Thanks for joining us.
Today we'll be playing through a round of Tectonia and teaching it as we play. Stay tuned. Let's play Tectonia, game designed by Hagen Bear.
If you find value from this video later, please hit the like button, subscribe to us, hit the bell and leave your feedback in the comments. For now, let's get to the table.
Alright, here we are for our one round playthrough of Tectonia. And specifically we're going to be playing the second round of this game here. So what you'll see on the board is not set up, we've done a bit of spread around the board. This is an asymmetrical war game with both tactical and strategic elements to it.
With a bit of engine building.
Indeed. Now, what is going on here? So this is the world. It's made up of all of these tiles, and it is a shifting world. That's why it's called Tectonia. Grassland, it's mostly grassland, but that grassland can sink into the water, or it can build up into the mountains, which produce iron. And that's one of the major parts of this game, is that you can make the board fit your strategy and your tactics. But it's also going to be shifting around randomly without you. So battling each other and battling the board. Now we are set up, one thing we will clarify here, we are set up as if it is a 3-player game, but we're playing with 2 players. And what it means to be set up with 3 players is that the sectors on the edge of the board, the areas on the edges of the board aren't there, so it makes the board a little bit smaller. This game is not designed for 2 players. It's a 3 or 4 player game, and so the board will look quite empty as we play at 2. But don't worry about that. You'll be playing with 3 or 4 when you have this game. It's just that there's only 2 of us, and so we're going to use 2 to show all of the mechanisms. We have unique factions. So I am the North Warriors. They tend to be a bit slow. Their warriors are a bit expensive, but they attack hard. They have more attack symbols and they deal more hits than the other factions.
Than me. I am not as strong as Tarrant, but mine tend to be cheaper, and I can probably move more agile, and I can group like more of us, basically.
Yes, you are the Wood Warriors, and you have the ability to exceed the capacity of an area by 1 unit. You'll see there's a capacity number on each of these, so we are limited to how many units can be in a certain area.
Indeed.
Right, so the game is... What we'll do before we start taking actions is we'll do this round's setup for terraforming of the world. So we're going to draw random cards out of here. These represent the different areas. We're going to do this 3 times. We're going to draw 1 card, which tells us which area is going to move, and then another card which tells us whether it's going to go up or down. So here we have area 12, this one up here. It's currently grassland. Grassland is going to go to water.
Ooh,
so after this round is done, this land is going to sink. And it's really going to separate east from west.
Oh, yeah.
There's not going to be many ways across.
This is the only way.
Yes. The second, we've got area 39. That's this one over here. It's already water, so the only thing that can happen to it is it becomes grassland. So let's put it up here. We're going to get a bit more land over in here. Finally, we have area 50, which is down here. And that is grassland at the moment. It's going to become mountain. So as we mentioned before, it'll actually put a few mountains down here. Mountains produce iron. Everything else produces energy, which is the main thing you'll be spending the game, but you need iron for some of the stronger units, and so that's why you might want to control the iron. Fortunately, none of us are at risk. None of our areas where our units are are going down. And that's one of the big things to watch out for. Your units can just get sunk into the ocean.
good thing is that happens, and it doesn't happen until the end of the round. So you still have time to plan to move your units away from that land that is sinking.
Yes. All right, so now I'm the first player in this round, and we will have 4 actions each per round. And we've got 7 action cards in our hands. And on each turn, we will play one of these action cards and resolve the action on it. So I won't go through what they are now. You will see them all as we go through this play. Last thing we need to describe before we get into the game is, what are we trying to do? How do we win? So this is it's a tactical game. In 3 players, we would play 9 rounds, and we will be trying to meet the goals on our different goal cards. And when I say different, we each have the same set of goal cards, but they represent different areas to control. So for example, this one here wants you to control 3 out of these 4 central areas, which are split across the different sectors of the board. This one wants you to win a big battle, 5 units on each side. So that's just a battle type of one. This one is to take over someone else's headquarters. So we've got a headquarters on the board, control every land territory in one of the coloured sectors of the board. So different things like that.
There are 4 coloured sectors on the board.
Yes, and that will become important as well. We've got the orange sector here, the brown sector, the blue sector, and the grey sector. And several actions are limited to a single sector, as we'll see. All right, I've consolidated in round 1, so I've built up a few units here. You've built a lot of units and spread, so we're in very different positions at the moment. And with that, I'll go into my first action. So I am going to play this one. This is move all and attack 1. So I can pick a single sector where I have units. I can move any or all of my units in that sector, and then I can attack 1 destination area. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move from the grey sector, and I want to move out over here. A couple of reasons for that. One of those objectives I showed you before was controlling these areas. So if I can beat you in battle here, that's good for me. I will get a point. There's also one of my goal markers over here. So eventually I need to come over here and control this area to get a point there. So it makes sense for me to progress in this direction.
These goal markers are being placed by your opponents, by the way.
Yes.
So I place that for you. You place my goal markers for me in the most inconvenient location.
Yes. All right, all my units move 2. They have a maximum range of 2 at the moment. So I've got mostly warriors. I'm going to move a warrior in there. I'm going to move a warrior in there. Warrior, 1, 2. I'm going to move an archer down here, but I still need to control this territory, so I'm going to leave a couple of warriors there. Archers can support from an adjacent area, so that's why I'm bringing a couple of archers down here, although at the moment I can only support with 1. I still need them kind of spread out. Actually, no, I'm not going to move that archer. I'm going to leave that archer there. I do want spread for support, I think. All right. So now my movement is complete, and I'm going to launch a battle here. Launch my attack. So let's see how this works. I have 4 warriors, so I get 4 of my warrior dice. My warrior dice are different to Stella's. They're both red at the moment. Mine are different. They will, I'm sure, be more distinguishable in the final version. Okay. I can also use my 1 archer to support, so I get 1 archer die. You have only 2 warriors in the battle, so you get 2 warrior dice.
And I don't have any archers.
Correct. Okay, now we roll. Okay, so these are the symbols that we've rolled. The first thing we resolve is panic, but no one has any units that have rolled panic. The next symbols we resolve are reinforcements. So each of us has the opportunity to reinforce this battle with an adjacent unit. I don't have any adjacent units who can come in because this guy's already fired his arrows. He's not valid to reinforce. So I've got no one adjacent who can come in. So this is just a wasted symbol.
All right, I'm not going to bring my warrior into the battle. I'm going to lose anyway, I think.
Yes, I am in a stronger position at the moment. I've rolled a couple of hits. You have not. So bringing units into the battle...
Just looking for troubles.
It may just be looking for trouble. Okay, so that phase is now done. All right, next we can influence the battle with our battle cards. So each of us has a level 1 battle card corresponding to each of our unit types. For each unit type in the battle, we can play that card, up to a maximum of 2 cards per battle. Each of us has only warriors in this battle. My supporting archer doesn't count. So attacker then defender, where it matters, we will play these cards and resolve their effects. So this is mine. My warrior's card cancels one of your retreat symbols and cancels one of your shield symbols. So we'll resolve that when we get to those symbols. Yours allows you to either retreat a unit or reinforce the battle.
All right, I'll choose to add a retreat symbol then.
Okay. We both can't play any more battle cards. So that phase is over, and now we do the retreats phase. So at this point, we can retreat 1 unit per retreat symbol rolled or gained off a card. Now, you gained 1 off the card, but I cancelled that 1 with my card.
Yeah.
So you can't retreat.
I thought I'd just give it a go anyway. See if you forget the cancel.
Now for me, I've got 2 retreat, which would allow me to take those warriors back where they started. I also rolled a retreat on my support archer, but that one doesn't count. The only symbol that counts when an archer is firing in from adjacent is the bow and arrow, naturally. So ignore this one. I could retreat 2 of my units, but I don't think I want to. I'm spreading this way. If I went back, I would just be retreating from what I'm trying to do. So I will ignore my retreats as well. Now we resolve hits. So I rolled 2 hits.
I rolled 0 and then you cancel my...
You have 1 shield which I cancel. So both of my hits count. Both of your warriors are defeated.
Going to Valhalla.
Yes. And at this point, we check to see who won the battle. And the winner is whoever has the most units left in the area, which is, of course, me, 4-0. Ties would go with the defender. So by winning the battle, as a reward, I gain a conquest card. It's actually just one of the terraforming cards that we saw before, but this is something that I can cash in for upgrades, which I will show you shortly. So I've got a conquest card. Now the last thing as part of winning this battle is that I now control 3 out of the 4 areas in the middle that I was talking about before. So as you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is in the ocean at the moment. So that allows me to complete my first goal card here, take 3 out of 4 of those areas. So there we go, I've got a victory point.
Well done, winning. You are winning.
Indeed. So I'll pop that off to the side, but I have a point. And that is the end of the battle and the end of my turn. So we pick back up our cards, they go back into our hands, ready for the next battle. That card is done, and it's your turn.
All right. I think I will do this one first.
Okay, so this is the collect card. Yes, so how you collect is you pick one of the coloured sectors, you pick 3 areas you control in that sector, and you gain the resources that are there. This is the only way in the game to get iron.
All right. Clearly, I want to pick the grey area because I have
Only one
at
space
least
anywhere else.
Thanks to Tarrant. So with the 3 areas, I'll pick this one to get 2 irons. So this is another counter to keep my iron. So of course this is the prototype. It looks the same as the energy. And then the other one is 5, which is this one, 5 energy. and this one or this one, doesn't really matter, for 2 energies of 7 energy all up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Very good.
That's it.
So the major thing you're going to be spending energy on is units, and iron is on the stronger units, which at the moment you can't. Recruit the bigger units because you don't have the building you would need.
So the second part of this action is if I have 2 conquest cards and I can cash in for 5 energy, but I don't have any of these cards, so I don't do any of those.
Yes.
That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. My turn. I am going to play this card here and do some upgrading. So I am going to use, this is the other way I can use my conquest card. I can spend 3 energy and return my conquest card. So I'll just shuffle that back into the deck. And that is going to let me upgrade one of my battle cards from level 1 to level 2. So we saw what my warrior does before, cancels a retreat and cancels a shield. If I were to upgrade that, it would also let me re-roll one of my warrior dice. So that's pretty cool. With my archer, at the moment my archer, if it's in the battle, can do a reinforcement and an extra archer die roll. So it's actually pretty strong if it's in the battle, not just standing on the sides attacking. If I upgrade the archer, I also get a retreat, and I can support 2 archers into a battle instead of just 1. So I've got a couple of options there, but I'm strong with warriors. I think I'm going to upgrade my warriors. So level 2 card goes in my hand, level 1 card out of the game, and there we have it. My warriors are even more powerful than before.
Sounds so scary. I have to do something. This is my turn now. So I will want to build a building, I should say. So I can recruit more fighters to fight for me, to fight against your evil warriors.
Just opposing warriors.
Okay.
So the way the buildings work in the game, the only building that goes on the map is your headquarters, which are in those 2 places for us. When you construct another building, it goes onto your player board and
like
unlocks one of your unit types. So I unlocked the archer type in round 1. Stella unlocked the smithy to gain shield bearers, the more defensive unit.
Indeed.
Now that you're at a level 1, you can build a level 2. And given all that iron you've got, I suspect that's what you might be doing.
Yeah. I will build this sacred place. Might as well. I've got the iron resource, so might as well trying to build or recruit this, Groot look alike creature, which is really cool. And I pay the cost of building, which is 3.
3 energy.
1, 2, 3.
It's not that expensive, but it does take your whole turn to do.
Yeah, that's it.
So the sacred place enables the monsters to come into the game. Monsters tend to be slow but powerful, so your wood monster is now available. Alrighty. I am now going to recruit some units. I need to build back up. I didn't lose anything in the battle, but I need to build up. So all of my available units cost me 3 energy each. I have 16 energy at the moment, so I can get at most 5 units. And I can put them where I have units. So I'm going to get the maximum amount. I'm going to gain 5 units. I think I will take an archer here. This one's now at capacity. It can only hold 4 units. I'm going to put an archer here for 2. 3 is a warrior here. 4 is a warrior here. And 5 is an archer here. So I'm defending this sort of area here. So So it's part of the difficulty of not having that many areas is that I do have to clump them together before I move them out. But I've got a good defensive hold here and lots of units here to spread out.
All right, back to me.
Yep.
I will do this action, which is a recruit. Now I am recruiting as well. Now we talk about, well, we've seen I've built the sacred place, hence I want to recruit the 3 monsters. So I want to get, no, it's like it's really friendly 3-person, like yours looks scarier. Anyways, so it costs 4 and 1, or here as well, 4 and 1 iron, so 4 energies and 1 iron, so that's 8 of these, 2 of these, so my iron's back to 0. And I would put this where I've got my units, which I will put it, I'll put it here.
Yep. Okay.
Oh yeah, just so that
So we can
everyone
see the
can
icon.
see the icon. And I'm gonna have more warriors. Now my faction can exceed the capacity limit, so I can add 1 more warrior, which I will. My warrior only with it cost me 2, so talking about cheaper. So 2 energy, and then I'll put a warrior here. And guess what? I'm gonna recruit another warrior. So it cost me 2 energy, and I will put it here. I want to try to expand that way. I'm going to try to control the grey area. And speaking about controlling and like expanding, I want to put more here. So that's my goal marker. So I'm going to also reach that way. So I'll get 1 shield bearer over here. That's slightly more expensive. It is 4.
3.
Oh, sorry.
No, 4.
No, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I got more warriors, even more warriors over there. So 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. And I think I can put 1 more there. 1, 2. Well, I still have 3, so technically I can do 1 more, which I will, might as well. 1, 2, and that's it. That is all my recruiting. I'm broke as a 1 energy faction, broke.
So as you can see, as if you've got a good spread over the board, which will let you build up a lot of energy, you can get a lot of units out there quickly. This is a game with sort of rapid recruitment and things around the board. Yeah. We're both in a position where we can't now take another action that costs energy. As you saw, there are a few. It costs you 3 energy to do a building. And we do actually have 2 move and attack cards in our hand. But the second one costs 4 energy. So if you want to move and attack twice in a round, you need to have 4 spare energy to do that.
Expensive. All right. What's your turn, Tarrant?
I must say I don't like this. I feel like I'm in danger.
I don't know. So what I say that we like my warriors are cheaper than yours. My warriors are cheaper than yours. You're too expensive. Mine is so cheap. So we almost show you all of the action types here. There is, I believe, 1 more that we haven't shown.
Yes, and I do want to do it, and I realise that I can't afford it. I have not kept enough energy in the bank for all of what I just described.
For the sake of, so everyone can see how it works, let's just pretend you don't recruit this archer, for example, and then, yeah.
Let's play the generous game
1,
and
2,
pretend
3.
I didn't recruit that archer.
So you have 4 energy left, and now you can terraform. It cost you?
Yes, it
2.
cost me 2 energy. So this cost me 2 energy, and I get to terraform an area of my choice. So this can either be an area that I'm on, or an adjacent area that is empty. And what I want to do, I showed you before how I got 3 of those 4 areas. There is a separate goal card to have all 4 of those areas. Here it is. And I can't get that while it's in the ocean. So I am going to pop that there. And I am going to bring it up. And hopefully I'm going to defend whatever is going on here. And have a chance to actually claim it. But if I don't defend here, This is my only real chance, I think. So I've got to make that happen. So I pop that there, and you'll see how that works after the round ends. And that is my 4 actions for the round. So my round is done.
All right, my last turn of the round, my 4th one, is to move and attack. As we see before battle, we start with battle, we close with battle. I can also move anything in grey. So with this, in one area, which I choose grey.
In sector.
Sector, sorry. I will move 1 warrior here. And I will move, now my warrior, I will just open up the cards. So my warrior has 2 movement, as indicated in this top card. So 1, 2, hello. 1, 2, whoops, upside down. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going to try to attack this area because this is Tarrant's headquarters. It's going to be a little bit inconvenient if you are attacking your enemy's headquarters. And
there's also a gold card for doing so.
That's correct. So my shield bearer also has 2 movement here. And yes, that's 1 point if I can do that. And my monster trio only move 1 each, so I'm going to just leave it here.
Yep, so those are adjacent. They are still, they could reinforce. They could come into the battle.
They could. All right, so let's battle. Oh, actually, I will move this one here to defend this space. And, you know, with retreating purposes as well. And the warriors, I will move 1, 2, because my faction can exceed 1, then the capacity of 2. All right, that's it.
Okay, so now it's time for battles. So this is a higher complexity battle. There's a lot more unit types in the battle. This is how it works. First, let's gather the dice for who's already in the battle. So I've got 2 warriors. Oops.
I have 4. You've got defense
I have
unit.
2 archers.
Yep.
You have a shield bearer, which is the yellow die.
Sorry, I'm just like looking at which one. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yep. That's the one.
Okay. I can support the battle with this archer. So that gives me an extra archer. But I will have to roll that one separately because this archer... My archers actually have axes on them, but this one is only supporting. Then I have an extra special defense when my headquarters is attacked. So I can have 2 warriors or 2 shield bearers if I had the right building, which I don't. And these 2 warriors, they add their dice, but they're temporary warriors. So I'm going to put them on the headquarters marker there. They will disappear after the fight is done.
Cool.
Okay, so now we're ready. So let me roll my dice. I'll roll these separate and I'll roll this one here.
All right, I've got 2 chops, chops, and 2 shields, and one of these
reinforcements. All right. So now, once again, we will first resolve panic, which no one has. Then we resolve reinforcement. So you reinforce first. You have 1 reinforce symbol.
Yeah, hello.
All right, and with that, you roll a die for that monster.
So that's the black dice, and here we go.
And that's a panic. Well, that's good for you, bad for me. I've
good for
seen
me.
your tree monster.
Oh, yes,
and
yes.
I'm scared.
Sorry, Tarrant.
So the panic means one of my units runs away from the battle to an adjacent area, and then I have to remove its die from the battle.
Sorry, Tarrant.
Now, even more problematic for me, the only adjacent area is at capacity, so I don't have a place I can validly run. So the unit itself is destroyed.
Ooh.
So
One of the warriors, I guess.
one of the warriors, I will lose the warrior, and I pick one of these symbols to remove. And I don't like where this battle's going. I think I'm going to remove the retreat because I think I need to defend my territory. I need to do as much as I can.
Right.
Right. now I have 2 reinforcements. So I can bring in, I can't bring in that archer. I can bring in these 2 warriors and roll their 2 dice. So we're both now above the capacity of this area, which is something we didn't point out. You can go up to 6, well, you can go above the capacity, but at the end of the battle, anyone who's over capacity is destroyed, laying to waste on the battlefield.
Exactly.
All right. Not terribly helpful rolls, so I got another reinforcement which doesn't apply. You only get a single round of reinforcements, and I got another retreat. So at least I'm going to be able to save some units and run away at the end of this.
Okay, if I don't chop you first, no. Yeah, you can probably run away. All right.
All right, so now it is battle card time. I can play archer and warrior. You've got 3 units in the battle, so you have to choose which one.
So I will play this one first, my first battle card.
Yep, so this lets you gain a retreat or a reinforcement icon.
Guess what?
I have a feeling I've got another tree monster coming my way.
That's right. Hello.
Uh-oh. So now you roll another tree monster die into the battle.
That is 2 shops, Tarrant.
Okay, a couple of extra hits. I'm in a bit of trouble now.
Sorry, Tarrant.
All right, I will play my my archer here. So my archer card lets me roll an extra archer die into the battle, which does a hit, so that's good. And it gives me a reinforcement. So I can, if I reinforce with, the issue is if I reinforce here, I am giving up this territory. So
That's true.
I'm putting it at risk. Oh no, I'm not. I've got an archer there.
Oh yeah, it was like this little archer.
All right, we're going in.
You're going in. Okay.
I've got enough
there.
retreats to save the ones that don't get hit.
Okay.
So,
Let's do this now.
I'll just re-roll.
That's
the
right.
reinforcement phase is done, so I'm out of dice. I'll just re-roll this one. So there we go. I've got another retreat. So at least you can come back out. All right. Your second battle die.
So I'm not going to play my tree monster because Tarrant has not rolled any shield, so the ability is to cancel shield. So I'm going to play this one instead, the shield bearer.
Yep.
Which gives me an extra die.
Extra shield die.
Shield die. The yellow one. And that is the shield.
Getting tougher. And then my second battle card is the warrior card. So once again, it cancels one of your retreats and one of your shields. But now, because this is level 2, I can re-roll one of these dice. So this was an unused was this an unused reinforcement? No, I used all my reinforcements. So I will re-roll one of my retreats, trying to land a hit.
Ooh.
And it's a retreat again. That's all right. It gave me the chance.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is time for the retreats. So I have 3 hits, 4 retreats. You have 4 hits and no retreats. I'm going to lose this battle. I don't see a way around it. I've got 8 units. You've got 7 units.
And you've got
some shields.
You've done the panic already. Yes, that's right.
All right, so I need to minimize my losses. I will use my 4 retreats. But I have to be careful about how I do this. So I'm going to retreat an archer. I'm going to retreat a warrior. See, I want to retreat my archer, but then I'm going to lose the hit. But I do want to keep the archer. So I'm going to use the 3rd retreat to retreat this archer.
And that's it. That's full capacity there.
Bring that one back. That is at full capacity, so... But I'm out of space in that area, so not much more I can do about that.
Okay.
All right. You have no retreats, so now it's time to resolve the hits.
Let's do that.
So I've got 3 hits.
I've got 4 hits.
And you've got
3
shields,
shields,
one of which is cancelled.
Yeah, let's just pretend it's the one that's cancelled.
So you suffer 1 hit. You have to lose 1 unit from the area.
1 warrior's gone.
I suffer 4 hits. So I'll lose my 2 free units that appear as part of defense. And then it's not going to matter. Right? Well, no, it will. So I'll retreat those. And there we have it. It's now, the battle is done. You have a 6-to-1 advantage in units. So you win the battle. You get the conquest card.
Thank you.
I have to retreat. Now here I can retreat to a vacant adjacent area because this one is at full capacity. So I'll pop back there.
Lucky you can do it, otherwise it'll be gone as well.
Yep. You destroy my headquarters. So I now have to build that again. This is really going to set me back.
Sorry, Tarrant.
You complete the goal for defeating someone else's area.
Yep.
You bring the goals back in here that we completed. So
Yep.
it's 1 goal apiece. Finally, because this area has a capacity of 4 and you have 6 in there, you could do that for the battle, but now the excess are killed.
So I have 1 extra capacity for my faction.
That is true.
So I can only destroy 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 warrior is gone.
Okay.
That's it. This is cheapest one, the warriors.
Indeed. So that messes up my plans to try to get these central areas, and it gives you a really good foothold. So you're in quite a good position now.
And that is the end of the round.
All right, so the first thing that happens at the end of the round is we collect. So we showed you using the collect cards before, but you also automatically collect off all of your areas at the end of the round. So, but only the energy, not the iron. So I am in a lean position. Losing this really hurts there as well. I've got 5, 6, only 8 energy.
So my energy collection, no iron. I'll do it from here. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
20.
and 20. So from 1 to 21.
All right, and so you can really see there, even, we mentioned this at the start, even though these goals are tactical, if you don't set up an area that you can get energy from, I would concede if we were playing right now, because I need to spend 3 energy to get my headquarters back. I need to then get units. You can get way more units. You can squash me.
Okay.
So I needed to, I would certainly have played that quite differently.
Yep.
All right. The last thing that happens is we resolve the terraforming. So each of these markers, the terraforming happens. So down here in area 50, we've got grassland turning into mountain. So we take the terraforming marker off, we place the mountain tile for 50 onto there, and the energy flips over to iron. We have 34 will be rising out of the water. So those
That's the one that you placed.
That's the one that I placed, trying to get that objective. There we go, we've got another land bridge. Same thing happens over here at 39.
Yep.
So this pops in, and now we have that. And then up here, number 12 sinks into the sea. The energy marker stays there, so we know what it produces if it ever comes back. And the landscape is different. The attack lines have changed. I'm now on an isthmus, which is a really dangerous place to be if you want to charge across. And we would then move on to drawing the next terraforming cards and setting up for the next round.
And we take all of our action cards back, so you have full range at the start of the turn.
Indeed.
Each round.
And so there we have it. That is 1 round of Tectonia. We've shown you pretty much every mechanism and every action in the game. We've shown you some of the objectives. We haven't shown you every type of unit, so there are riders who move more quickly and animals that also move more quickly. And there are 4 different factions, and all of their units have different flavors and different styles. So we are, of course, also using prototype pieces through this playthrough. Here's a look at what the actual wooden pieces are going to look like. So yeah, it'll be certainly an upgrade on what you've seen here, and some very nice little pieces.
And that's the playthrough of Tectonia. We hope that you enjoyed the video.
We are using a prototype copy of the game, and so the rules and components are not final, and do check out the project page for the game. We'll put a link to that in the description below.
If you find this video useful, please help us by hitting that like button. Subscribe to us. You can also hit the meeple in the corner to do so, and hit the bell icon so you'll know when we have new videos. You can also follow me on Instagram for my board games journey.
Questions, comments and feedback are all welcome, and please leave that in the comments section below.
Thanks for watching, and see you next time.